Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to give you my thoughts on that Nintendo Direct. I'm recording this right after it finished, so this is sort of my first impressions. And I'm going to say there was a lot of games shown here, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to hit some of the highlights that kind of got me excited. They open the Direct up with Pikmin 4, and you see some various gameplay. They show a red Pikmin and an ice Pikmin, and then there's what they describe as a dog-like creature that you can control and complete various tasks. Now this is set to come out on July 21st of this year, and I played part of the way through Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, and I don't know if I will pick this up. I played part of the way through Pikmin 3 and just kind of lost interest in it. But if you're a big Pikmin fan, you've got this to look forward to. And then next we see Expansion Volume 3 for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and this is coming out February 15th, and I still need to go play the previous expansion. So maybe I'll just crack both of these at one time. But it's got some new characters. I believe Masha is the name. And the biggest thing I picked up out of this character is that she crafts items that can add various effects. And then they kind of teased us with Volume 4 without saying it, but they show Shulk here from Xenoblade Chronicles 1. So I'm guessing he's going to be a character in Volume 4 when it comes out at some point. And then later on in the presentation, we see Dead Cells return to Castlevania. So it looks like this is going to be an expansion. I believe there's going to be some remixed music as well as some original music added. And this will be available on March 6th. And then I'll mention Tron Identity. I couldn't really make out what this game really was. And it's going to be available sometime in April. And it'll be first on the Switch as far as consoles go. And then skipping a little further on, we see the Bayonetta Origins, Syriza, and the Lost Demon. Now pre-orders are open now, and this will come out March 17th, and it looks like one of those games where you continue to get powers as you go through the game in order to be able to accomplish more. So it looks interesting, not as interesting as Bayonetta 3 did, so I don't know how well it will do. And then we get some Splatoon 3 expansion pass information. Now, I'm not a big Splatoon person, so I can't go into all the details, but there's going to be two different waves here. The first one will be Inkopolis, which I believe is part of Splatoon 1. And then wave 2 would be Side Order, and we don't get much information about that. It's just going to be available sometime later. We just see this character's just sort of standing there. And then we see Disney's Illusion Island, and this kind of caught my attention because it looks like a platformer style game, and each character would have different abilities, and you can do 4-player local co-op. And this is coming out July 28th, and you can pre-order it now. And then we have an expansion for Fire Emblem Engage, and the first part's going to be launching later today. And it says here that Wave 4 will have a new story. And then we see Octopath Traveler 2, and there's a demo available for that right now, and it's coming out February 24th. And I believe they said that your progress would carry over to the full game, so you can go ahead and get started on that now. And then we have another remaster, We Love Katamari, and that's coming out June 2nd. And as a promotion, Nintendo Switch Online members can play a free trial of Katamari Damacy Reroll, and that's going to be available February 20th through February 26th. And then next we saw Sea of Stars, and I don't remember seeing this game before, so I don't know if this was a new announcement, but it had my attention because it is a turn-based RPG, and that seems to have sort of Super Nintendo style graphics, kind of made me think of Chrono Trigger, and that's going to be out August 29th, but there is a demo out right now, so I will definitely check this one out. And then later on we have Etron Odyssey Origins Collection, and I don't know if this was announced already or if this leaked already, but I remember hearing about this, and this is going to be a remaster of I think it's 3 games. And that's going to be available June 1st, and you will be able to get each of the individual games separately on the eShop. but it sounds like there will be a physical copy of this that would have all of them bundled together. And then the most notoriously delayed game this year, Advance Wars Reboot Camp 1 and 2, is going to be coming out April 21st. So we'll finally get this game released. A lot of people thought it would be shadow dropped today, but that didn't happen. And then we get some more information about Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And there was this prelude mission that sort of leaked out from the box art, and they kind of went over that. And of course, it's going to be available after you clear the story mode, and it has 4-player simultaneous play. And the demo is out now for the game, and it will have some multiplayer things in the demo, and the game will be out February 24th. And then we have what I would call my third favorite announcement from this Direct. We have both Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced games coming to the Switch Online service. And these are both available right now. Now, the Game Boy is part of that base Switch Online service, but you have to have the expansion pack in order to access the Game Boy Advanced games. And then whatever list of the games that are available now, starting with the Game Boy, we have Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, Link's Awakening DS, even though we have that redone one for the Switch, but it is good to play the old one. And you have Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, Metroid 2 Return of Samus, which again we had that sort of remade for the 3DS, but it's good to play the old one too. And then we have Wario Land 3, Kirby's Dream Land, and 2-player can play online or local. And then they showed some games that would be added in the future, and what stuck out to me is you have both of the Zelda Oracle games would be added. And then flipping over to the Game Boy Advanced games, we have Super Mario Advance 4, WarioWare Inc., Kuririn, I never played that, but it looks interesting. Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and then one of my favorite handheld Zelda games, Minish Cap, and they will support local online play up to 4 players, and these are available now, so you should be able to play these now, and you may have to update your Switch and probably go into the store and download the apps for each type of system. And then my second favorite announcement from here, we finally see Metroid Prime 1 Remastered. And this is going to have dual stick controls, and you would have other type of control options they didn't go into, but they said it kind of gives you the original feel. I'm guessing they're talking about the GameCube original feel and maybe not the Wii version. Although being able to use motion controls with the Joy-Cons would be fun, they didn't specifically say you could. And the digital version is available now, and there will be a physical release on February 22nd, so start looking for those pre-order options to come up. And then I'm going to skip a couple of announcements here, because I don't know a whole lot about the games, but they did announce a Professor Layton New World of Steam. And all we get is this little teaser trailer that just shows Professor Layton and not really anything else. So we don't have a release date for this yet. And then we get a bit of a teaser of Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe expansions. We have Yoshi's Island, which I said is a new track. And then they're going to be adding Birdo as a new character, and this will be released sometime in the spring. And then after we get a sizzle reel of a whole bunch of things that had already been announced, we finally see a good long trailer here for Tears of the Kingdom. And the one thing I noticed in this trailer is you have the blood moon like you did in Breath of the Wild, although I don't know if it's going to have the same type of effect. It might, but we don't know just yet if that mechanic's in this game. And we see some combat elements here. We see Link shooting a bow. We see him driving like a big four-wheeler thing, using a blimp, using some type of air glider. And I'm sure there'll be some people that have some massive breakdowns of what we learned that was new in this trailer. But one thing I did learn from this is that they announced a collector's edition, and it looks like it's going to have an art book, a steel case, and then I can't tell if that's like an acrylic artwork thing. I'm not real sure. Maybe it's the front cover of that book. And then we have something that sort of slides out. I'm not sure if these are pens or I'm not really sure. but you'll be wanting to look at your various retailers to pre-order this. I'm sure it's going to get gone really fast. And then we're also getting a new Link amiibo figure for Tears of the Kingdom. And you can see him here sort of reaching out with that special hand that we don't quite know what that's all about just yet. And this will be available the same day that Tears of the Kingdom is available. And that's pretty much a summary of most of the things that I enjoyed out of this Nintendo Direct. Overall, I would give it at least a B+. The inclusion of Metroid Prime 1, the announcement of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance coming to the Switch Online service, and the information we got about that collector's edition for Tears of the Kingdom definitely were my highlights. But let me know what you think. Is there anything here that really stood out to you? I think there was like a fashion simulator in there. I just kind of skipped over that. So I guess maybe the new thing is going to be no longer farming sims. Maybe we'll have a whole bunch of fashion simulator games. But drop a comment and let me know what you think. I want to thank you for watching and be good.